Okay, let's take this, I think it's a 1986 Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit for a spin. All the lights will come up the way they should. Starts properly, starts really nice, actually hot or cold. Let's turn the stereo down a bit. I've done, what now, 46 miles in this, and it's been absolutely superb. We've just taken it in part exchange, showing 119,000 miles, 119, and the previous owner drove it 130, 140 miles up the motorway to us yesterday before we took in part exchange, and it performed superbly throughout. It's a 1986 car. It's currently on a personal plate, but we're going to keep hold of that because it's quite a nice one, unless somebody wants it at extra cost. But it's a rather lovely driving Spirit, this one. It's one of the last of the carburettor engine ones rather than the fuel injection. But the engine is beautifully set up. There's no misfiring, hesitancy, or importantly overheating. The temperature gauge is sitting sort of just below a quarter point there. But I haven't seen it get hot at all. So no misfiring or hesitancy from the motor at all. The auto gearbox slushes in and out of gear really nicely. There's no unpleasant clunking, banging, groaning or squeaking at all. It doesn't pitch up and down, so the shock absorbers are in good shape. Really, really quiet and smooth. We have got the engine coolant light is permanently on. The coolant level is perfect in the radiator, and it has been. But apparently it's been like that for about 3 months. The coolant light staying on. So obviously a switch has earthed itself out or something. But it seems to be absolutely spot on. And the oil pressure gauge isn't working. Clearly there's plenty of oil pressure. It's just cruised up the motorway at 130 miles, and I've just done 50 miles in it. The gauge is absolutely stone dead. No power getting to it by the look of it. It's not as if it's a low power, low pressure engine. Everything else though seems to be fine. Speedo's good. Ammeter, fuel gauge, temperature gauge all working properly. The digital gauges here for outside temperature and clock are fine. It's got a very nice radio CD in it. All the windows go up and down with the exception of the left rear one, because the seller disconnected the left rear window switch because it would wind down properly but not wind up properly, and he didn't want to find he had a window stuck, so that's been disconnected. But the motor itself is fine, just perhaps needs a new switch. Aircon isn't ice cold on it, but it does seem to take the edge off. But whether it needs a recharge or not, I'm afraid I couldn't really say, or if there's any deeper problems. But steers nicely. No nasty noises in the suspension. Just wash the screen a bit. It's got stereo. There's about £1,000 of really high-end JVC system in the dash, and it's also got leather knee roll and dash top and headlining and everything. So it's been really properly done. Quite nice in this mid blue. Just gets on with the job. Obviously being an 86 car, it's pre-ABS, pre-active ride, and pre all the complications that these picked up at a later stage. So it's just like a big old-fashioned saloon car basically. Well, you're very much welcome to say about it. It just does the job and wafts along nicely. My name's Simon. You can reach me in the office on 0118 907 1495, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk for any further info. End.